it's Rachel from Sweet and Simple Home, and today is Labor Day, and you guys get to come along with me as I do my freezer cooking. I'm super excited. I went to Costco yesterday. When I came home, I browned a bunch of ground beef and threw some beans in the crock pot overnight. So I have a little bit of a head start, but I thought I would just kind of take you guys along with me, show you how I do this, show you some of the recipes that I am making today, and maybe inspire you to get your freezer cooking going so that you have some meals ready to go as fall kicks off and it just gets crazy busy. So here is my plan for today. So I made this list, and then I went and divided the list into what way I need to make them. So I have the ones in the crock pot. I did the beans overnight, and I just need to add a little bit more to make it chili. And then I have borrowed my mom's crock pot so I could, work faster. So I'm gonna put the Mexican chicken in there. And then once these are all done and cleaned out, I can get applesauce going. Then on the stove top, browning meat and making taco meat I've already done, and I'm going to make lime chicken soup. In the oven, mini meatloaves, rice and bean casserole, zucchini bread, apple chips, and granola. And then just for simple prep, the cilantro lime chicken, I'm going to make the marinade and stick the chicken in the freezer bags so that it's ready to throw on the grill whenever we need it. And then I'm going to make some of how Jen does its Italian dressing. So this is my plan for the day. I went to the store this morning and got what I needed. We went to Costco yesterday and got what we needed. And it's going to be fairly frugal and pretty simple to do. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. So I should say, when you're approaching your freezer cooking plan, the best idea is to pick maybe 1 or 2 proteins and work around those instead of having like 4 or 5 different kinds of protein that you're working with. It just keeps the mass production aspect of freezer cooking pretty simple. So I just chose chicken and ground beef as my 2 proteins I'm going to focus on, though I'm still doing beans as well. I feel like you want to choose some things that don't have a lot of prep, like not a lot of chopping and all that you're spending so much time prepping and not as much time cooking. So simple recipes that you can make in mass quantities is the best way to choose your recipe. My sweet little helper is going to help me with this one. This is Mexican chicken, and I just take 4 chicken breasts. I found this recipe on Pinterest, I believe, about a year ago. But you take about 4 chicken breasts and a can, you can use 2 cans, but my family just prefers 1 of the tomatoes with chilies, and then a packet of taco seasoning, but I make my own taco seasoning, so I use about 3 good scoops, and that will make some really tasty chicken that you can shred and use in tacos, in quesadillas, in taco salad, any sort of Mexican type meal. Number 2 is going to be rice and beans casserole. This is Lydia's recipe from 5 for 5 Meals. She shared it on her YouTube channel. I've been wanting to try it ever since, but we picked up these casserole tins from the Dollar Tree. They're 2 for $1, so I only spent $1 on these. And I'm going to have her recipe linked below so you guys can find it and watch her make this. This recipe calls for pinto beans, and so what I did was I put a whole pound of pinto beans with about 9 cups of water, some salt, pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, and cumin last night, overnight, cooked it on high, and they're all cooked this morning. So I'm supposed to put 2 cups in each recipe. The rest I will leave in here and add to it to make chili. Casserole calls for 3 cups of broth, and I am out of homemade broth. I used it all last week, so I'm going to be making homemade broth probably next week. So to make the broth, I had to go further. I'm going to put in 1.5 cups of the store-bought chicken broth and then fill it to 3 with water, so that my, I'm just stretching it a little bit. I'm still going to get the good flavor, and it'll be a little bit more frugal. So it's about 20 minutes later than from when I started, and I've got both rice and bean casseroles cooking in the oven. This crock pot right here, see if right there, is going with Mexican chicken. This crock pot behind me still has beans in it. I'm going to doctor it up a little bit to make it chili. So there are about 4 cups of chili. See if I can get it to focus. There are about 4 cups of chili left in my crock pot, or beans left in my crock pot. I'm going to add probably about 1 cup cup and a half of salsa. This is what I call cheater's chili because I'm just basically cheating to make it. And then I just add more garlic powder, more onion powder, more cumin, and more chili powder to it. And if I have another can of like black beans or something, sometimes I'll dump it in, but I don't have that right now. It's just like a very basic chili, not super spicy because my son doesn't like it super spicy. So that is my cheater's chili. I'm gonna throw this stuff in and then put this back on low probably for another hour, and then that will be ready and done. So next I'm going to prep my cilantro lime chicken to go in the freezer. I just have 2 freezer bags that I've kind of folded over to stand up straight. I'm gonna just make the marinade here in the bag and then add the chicken. So this calls for olive oil, garlic, lime, cilantro, and salt and pepper. It's a very, very simple marinade, and it just makes a really delicious grilled chicken. So this is a Pinterest recipe. I will have the Pinterest link below for you guys. So I am about an hour in. I'm super happy with my progress. I have Mexican chicken cooking in one crock pot. I have chili cooking in another crock pot. I have 2 rice and bean casseroles cooking in the oven. I have 2 packs of cilantro lime chicken ready to go in the freezer already. And yeah, I'm gonna take a break and I'm gonna clean everything, get the dishwasher going, and feed my kids lunch. And then after that, I will start round 2. So Molly and Liam and I just finished making a loaf of zucchini bread, or prepping, I should say. This is going to be ready to go in the oven once the oven tells us it's hot enough. So this is a egg-free, dairy-free zucchini bread that uses applesauce instead of eggs. And so it's really good. We tried it last week, so we're going to make another one. And I will have this recipe linked below as well for you. What do you think, Molly? Pretty tasty? Yeah? Is it a good way to use up our zucchini that we have? Yeah, I agree. Okay, I'm going to pop this one in the oven. Hey guys, so I'm checking in. It is about 2:30 and we went for a walk, got the kids down. Zucchini bread is in the oven still. I have both casseroles out of the oven, tested them, they taste delicious. And I have just a bunch of stuff going in my brain, can't even think of like what to say. But I need to do a big cleanup. The baking kind of destroyed my kitchen, so I'm going to clean up again. That's the thing with freezer cooking. It takes like 3 rounds of cleanup to get through the day. But I'm going to put the Mexican chicken in bags and put that in the freezer because it's done now. And get the kitchen all cleaned up, and then I will do my mini meatloaf. I am about to embark on my mini meatloaf recipe. Now, I got this recipe from Kraft, actually, like, I don't know how many years ago. This has been, like, one of my go-to recipes for years. So, here's all it is. You dump one of these stuffings into your bowl, pour in 2/3 cup of water, stir in a pound of beef, press those into your muffin tin. Don't judge mine, it's nasty, but you're going to want to grease it first. And then you put a dollop of barbecue sauce on top of that and bake it. You can put cheese on top too, but I don't do that now that we have dairy allergies. But that is all it is. So that's what I'm going to embark on now. I have my granola all prepped to go in the oven. I found this recipe on hip2save.com. It's like my favorite deal saving website, so I will have this recipe linked below, but it was really surprisingly simple. We'll see how it turns out. I'm waiting for the mini meatloaves to finish baking, but just oats, honey, coconut oil, cinnamon, brown sugar, and you can add almonds, but I didn't. I'm just keeping it just to the oats so that it's a little safer for kids. So anyway, this is gonna go in the oven soon. Looks tasty. Yum. Those are done. They look super yummy. And this is ready to go in. And we tested our zucchini bread. This is all cooled down now, and it is delicious. What do you think, Molly? Meatloaf's done. Granola is cooled and put away in the cupboard. and I am getting down to the end here, guys. I wanted to show you my list real quick because I've modified it. So I realized I didn't have enough apples to do both applesauce and apple chips, so we've chosen to do apple chips, which I will do last because it takes a couple hours in the stove. So that will be the last thing I do probably after I finish cleaning up after dinner. But I also crossed off making the dressing because I'm all out of olive oil. I didn't have enough to do the dressing, so I will have to do that another time. But I'm working on the lime chicken tortilla soup, and that's it. Oh, and I decided not to do muffins because I just don't have enough time. So, you know, I modified, and that's okay because look at all those check marks. That is awesome, and my freezer is looking really happy right now. So I have one freezer meal of the chicken lime soup. We had this for dinner, and although we really love the flavor, I don't think it's going to be a favorite that I do again, though we will eat what we've made, obviously. So that one is linked below, but it wasn't our favorite. The Mexican chicken, I have a bigger meal and then a smaller meal, just depending on if we have company or if it's just Nathan and I. Chili, this is probably 2 meals worth, but I put it in one bag. The granola is so good. Love this. Definitely making this again. 2 things full of the mini meatloaves. Several little portion size. I portioned them into what would be about a meal's worth for us to add to pasta or casserole or tacos. Taco meat and browned meat, so several of those. And then I made 2 of these rice and bean casseroles. One I took to a friend, and then this is what's left of the zucchini bread. So that's definitely a favorite. But that's what I made in a day, and I am super tired but super grateful that this is all done. This is going to be really helpful to us over the next few weeks. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching. Let me know if you have any questions. I will try to remember to link all these recipes below for you guys. I hope you're having a great day, and I will be back with more soon. Bye!